Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Allen Family Firewood again. Glad to have you along. Today, we're going to show you how to build wealth in the woodyard, I think. But in order to get wealthy in the woodyard, you got to have a clean woodyard to start out with. And Karen cracked the whip the other day and said, I've had it. I'm not working in this dump anymore. It needs to be cleaned up. There was garbage piled up and Mountain Dew cans and boards and lumber and pallets and just stuff everywhere. So as you can see, it's all out of here. It's all been cleaned. Umpteen loads to the dump, a few loads to the redemption center, some stuff to the burn pile. I mean, even over there, we got rid of all those pallets and stuff. And out front here is looking pretty good right now. And I don't know, you can see out behind me there, the last video we did, we went over to Dana's there at Small Firewood, and we got some pine over there, a couple loads, and that's all been cut, split, stacked. So that's done. We're back ahead a little on the pine for campwood. But today we're going to be sawing on the mill. And that's kind of where it's going to, I don't know if I'm going to show you or I'm going to explain to you how to build wealth in the woodyard, because it's probably not what you guys are thinking. Most of you are probably thinking, wealth in the woodyard? Yeah, I'm going to make some bucks. Well, it's the wood business, guys. Any of you guys that work with firewood, lumber, there's no money in the wood business. I mean, we know that. You barely get by. I mean, we're just trying to put something in our pocket other than, well, sawdust. There's no money in them pockets. That's sure sign you're in the wood business right there. But Gary, who's a carpenter here in town, I've known him since we were kids. He needs some 1x6s for a project that he's doing at his house, or where he stays. And you guys have seen me do this before, like with Dave, with a crane guy there. We brought him a load of block and I didn't charge him anything. Scotty, we bring him, and we brought him what, 2.5 quarter oak the other day. We didn't charge him anything. I mean, Tony there, that was 4 or 5 videos ago. We brought him some 1x6s. We don't charge him anything. And you're probably going, all right, Phil, this just isn't adding up. You know, you're not going to get wealthy giving your stuff away. Well, I disagree with you. And we're going to explain that a little later on in the video, how my version of becoming wealthy actually works. It might not work for you, but it works for me, and I'm happy with it, and it makes me feel good. So regardless, we got to get these 1x6s sawed in the truck. We'll go deliver them down to Gary's place. And then we got another order for 2x6s. There's 50 or 60 of them that are going to Mikey, who does a lot of my welding and fabricating. Not just Dana. Dana does welding and fabricating too, but Mikey fills in where Dana can't. So we got a lot to do today, and Karen's here. She's running the camera, and she's going to be doing bundles in there and running the camera and kind of going back and forth. And I don't know, I guess we're just going to try something different today. But let's get started. All right, before we fire this up, we're going to put I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the toe board. Really not sure. I don't know all the technical lingo, but what it basically does for your first 2 cuts on a log, because it's a butt log, that end of the log is a lot bigger around than the other end of the log. That's the base, this is the top. And it's off by probably 2 inches. Now I know on the fancy mills they have a hydraulic thing that just lifts it up for you, but well, you already know I don't have a pocket full of money, so I do it the hard way. And I'm basically going to put a 2x4 underneath this end, and to do that, I'm going to pry that underneath. Lift up. Okay. Let's try it underneath there. There we go. Now the log will be level when you're making that first cut and the second cut. And you get a lot more lumber out of a log by doing it that way. Or at least that's what I was taught. I don't really know. All right, let's fire this thing up. We'll turn the water on. Tension the blade. Yep, we got water dripping. Maybe we'll come down to about there. That should give you 6 inches. How you making out?
Good.
Yeah? Well, I got those 20 1x6s done for Gary. Want to go hop in the cool truck and go for a ride and deliver them?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go do that.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so I only got 16 of these out of that log, and I needed 20, so instead of bringing a whole nother log down and sawing it out, I just took 4 off in the pile that I had, threw them in the truck. But we're down here where Gary stays. This is where I grew up, you guys, the pond out back, and I grew up right over there, and my whole family lived around the pond here. It's kind of changed now over the years, but this is kind of what I meant by wealth, you guys. Gary's going to be working on this roof, and it needs some boards replaced. I helped build that thing back in the 70s, but and I might even come down and help him work on putting it all together, back together. So I mean, I guess that's what I mean by wealth. Gary's always come up and helped me if shingles blow off the roof of the shop. He even built the shop. I mean, he charged me for that, but he doesn't charge me anything. When shingles blow off, he comes up and fixes them. He brings the shingles, whatever I need. Stuff at the house, if a door's not working right, he's good at all that stuff. I'm not. So he comes up and helps me. I guess that's what I'm saying by when I say wealthy. I think it's more the friends that you have. And I think we're pretty wealthy, actually. I mean, I've got a lot of friends that know how to do a lot of different things, and to me, that's the way it should be. It's not all about trading dollars for something. Yes, that'll get you something, but how soon it gets to you, well, I don't know. I mean, the other day, we worked all day. We had like a 12-hour day at the shop. Come home, no water at the house. The water was no good. It wasn't on, wasn't working. So I made a call to my buddy. I'm like, hey, I got no water. And he's like, well, Phil, it's 9:30 at night. I can't get there tonight, but I'll send 2 guys in the morning. Sends 2 guys up. They were there for 4 hours, got it all going. I called my buddy David the next day. I'm like, hey, what do I owe you? He's like, oh, I don't know. How about a quart of firewood? Perfect. That's the type of wealth I'm talking about, you guys. It's not always about trading that dollar back and forth. Because stop and think about it. If you come home at night and had no water and you made a call, how long would it take you to get somebody there to come fix it? I bet it wouldn't be the very next morning. I bet it would be 3, 4, 5, up to a week before you get somebody. And these type of things don't happen just in a week or a month. It's taking years to build this. That's why I always say I'm wealthy. I mean, I ain't got nothing in my pockets, but but I can call on a lot of people for different things and get them fixed. And in turn, I help them, and it's always just worked good, guys. And I'm telling you, try it. I don't know. It works for me, but I've yammed it on long enough. We better get this unloaded and get back to Sar and Mikey's order, right? All right, let's get this unloaded. Oh, let's see. It's like 3 at a time. Almost there. 2 left. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get back in the air conditioning and get back to shop. All right, well, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. Last fall we did a video, well, it was in the video, a fellow that lives on the end of the road here, where our Woodyard is, ordered, 2 cord from us.
Yeah.
But he wanted the wood delivered on the pallets, because he's handicapped and doesn't have a way of handling it. So he just called. I guess he didn't use all the wood, but he's having a handicap ramp built in his garage, and he needs us to move the pallets of wood that are in the garage for him. So it sounds like we can do it all with the tractor. So we're going to go down here with the tractor and see if we can help him out. I think that's the plan, and hopefully we can get the wood moved around to where it's got to be, and we can get back to sawing. I've already got, I don't know, one log sawed into 2x10s, and Got the other log on the mill right now, but just got the call, so we'll get down here and get this done. Well, I'd say we're going to do a whole bunch of moving around here. There's one of the pallets is got to go over in that third bay over there, and the other two pallets are going back in here, but I've got to kind of get her guiding me here, because it's got a pretty nice floor in here. It almost looks like it's a epoxied floor, but see, he didn't burn very much wood. Only burnt a pallet and a half. So let's see here, where am I going to put all this? I think if I just come back here, we'll stack these over here. Set that down. Well, I guess the third garage door is not working, and that's the one he wants the pallet in. So, not see that lady standing right behind me. Wow. All right. Somehow or another, we got to go in that second door and put this next pallet over in the third bay. I don't know how this is going to work. It's got some awful fancy cars in here. I'm pretty sure that box spring's going to get shoved ahead too. Don't want to slide this on this floor in here. Wheelbarrow is moving. Oh, yep, she's gonna have to move that wheelbarrow and get it caught between the tire here. Let's see how this works. Tight quarters. I don't know how this is going to go. Guess we just kind of go in at an angle and it lands where it lands, because there's nothing else I can do to get that any further over. Boy, is it. I mean, I got not much room. That's as far as I'm going to be able to go with it. Well, this is the first time I've definitely ever had to go back and move firewood for a customer, but you know what? It's all part of it, and it's just the way we do things up here.
There, we did our good deed for the day.
Yeah.
Back to the shop.
Yeah, let's head back. Go get to sawing again.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, I didn't get them all done, but I ain't done yet. I got all the 2x10s done. There's 16 of those. There's, I gotta have 50 2x6s, and there's 5 here, but they're 12 footers. There's a stack of 1x6s here too, that's not gonna go with the order. We'll make pallets out of them, and I already brought some 2x4s over there, but basically, I'm just going to keep plugging away tonight and working on the 10-foot 2x6s that we got to have, and it's going to go into a 2-day video, but hopefully not all day tomorrow, because I got to go haul wood tomorrow too. So hopefully I can get a bunch of this done tonight and in the morning, and we'll wrap it up then. But we'll be right back at you in just a second, but it's going to be tomorrow morning. Morning, guys. I stayed late last night and I got this done. As you can see, I probably ought to saw another couple just so he's got some extras. And Karen had stayed last a little bit later yesterday and got all those bundles you can see done behind me. But I didn't roll home till, geez, it was after 9. And I gotta tell you this, because it relates to what we're talking about, this wealth in the Woodyard and having good friends and whatnot. We have a tenant that lives above our garage, and she had told us she was going to be moving out. And yesterday evening was the day she was going to have all her friends come over and help her move out. I roll in 9:15, and I'm like, geez, they must have got it all loaded, because there's really nobody here. There's only one vehicle. I look, she comes walking around the corner of the truck, and she's soaked in sweat, and the other guy that was helping her, I'm like, where's all your help? She says, oh, they all bailed on me. I'm like, All right. She says, is there any chance you would help us for a while get the big heavy stuff down? I'm like, sure, that's just what I want to do after doing 12 or 13 hours in the woodyard. But I did. We got that down, so I'd say she wasn't having a very wealthy day. But Karen was good enough to tape the debate for me that was on last night, and I probably didn't need to watch it. I kind of expected that's about how it was going to go. It was kind of humorous, but oh well. But we're going to wrap this up because I've got to go get 2 loads of pine out in South Portland today. Hopefully it's some saw logs. He says there's some pretty decent stuff, so I'm going to clean up around the mill and probably hook up the trailer and get headed, but that's not going to be in this video because I don't know what we're doing today other than that. So I guess we'll just catch you on the next one. How's that? So bye. Have fun, guys, and take care.